This project here was it was kind of like an ode to hip hop elements. And as we were starting this, we've always wanted to make sure that we highlighted all the elements of hip hop from the beginning. And I grew up in an era when hip hop was just starting, and you didn't necessarily have to be like a rapper. You could be a b-boy or a DJ. You could be a breaker, a popper, a locker. And so as we're getting the project moving, or we're getting the company moving, we wanted to add that aspect to our company. That was kind of like the guideline, the goal, to always represent all the elements of hip hop. And this one actually started with the poppin' and lockin' video. And I was very excited to actually go ahead and record this video, because it was one of the first times that we had a video that was highlighting something other than rap, or highlighting something other than hip hop fashion. And it was actually given a spotlight to kind of a lost art of hip hop, which was poppin' and lockin'. And so we got a chance to meet up with the Dynamite Kids. Shout out to my guy, Killer B. I was talking to him through Spawn, and he was letting me know that he had a history as far as being a locker. He had a crew that used to do popping and locking. And so we went out, and I think it was a Saturday, and we scheduled a chance to meet up with his whole crew, at least a good portion of his crew, 4 or 5 of his buddies. And we captured an interview with them. We were talking to them about kind of the history. They were telling us about the Campbell lock and how they got started, and how they were going to each other's house and practicing moves, and how they got their crew together. And they were kind of giving us a history of locking, and how it started in their area, and how they took to it, and they were really practicing and trying to hone the skill of popping and locking. They had a couple poppers, they had a couple lockers, and it was cool because we were trying to do a couple different series as well. So this one was actually called A Moment of Chaos, where we were highlighting just different people that had different roles in hip hop. And this was like one of our first Moment of Chaoses, where we were sitting down with a known, dance crew that was known for locking, known for popping. And then what we did was we interviewed, the members of the crew, or a few members of the crew. They gave us their history. They let us, know how they started, what moves they came up, what moves they, mimicked and showed respect to. And then at the end of the interview, the whole squad, kind of got down. They started popping. We had the lockers. They took it back to that element that I want to call a throwback element of hip hop that I think is kind of forgotten. I think the b-boys are kind of lost in the art. Like a lot of, we know that b-boys, are part of hip hop, but I don't think they get as much love. We know poppers and lockers was a big part of hip hop, when it first started, but I don't think they get a lot of love. And so we were excited as a business side of this, because we get to bring back a video and showcase something that hasn't, really been highlighted. And then we got with an original crew that, actually showcased this in their interview. So we had the first part interview, and then the second part was, them dancing. And just to watch that, that style kind of be resurrected, for everybody to see, we were really excited about that. We were really excited to bring this element back. And it kind of actually helped start, us thinking a few things outside the box. Like, can we get a DJ that would be willing to DJ and showcase his skills on the ones and twos? And can we get we already had the graffiti artist, but we were thinking, the more elements we can add to the business, the more depth it would give us. And it would give us kind of like a foundation of just being hip hop. You know, we don't necessarily have to always put out a rap album, but we maybe can put out a poppin' and lockin' video, or maybe we can put out a b-boy video, or maybe we can showcase how a DJ gets his sound and mixes beats together and kind of gets that vibe that makes an MC want to rhyme over. And that really started kind of becoming our goal. Like, we just had the graffiti video. We're trying to, establish our name as a fashion house, for hip hop and, underground street wear. And this gave it a little bit more depth. It was like, instead of just doing T-shirts and records, maybe we can showcase the talents of these poppers and the lockers, and maybe we can get another video sooner or later and just showcase all the different skills that it takes to be in hip hop. Like I said, you didn't necessarily have to be a rapper starting out, but we want to showcase that hip hop didn't used to be just rap, and as our business was growing, we wanted to make sure that we showcase more than just rap and just showcase all the elements of hip hop and the music and the culture.